Welcome back to our channel, your go-to channel for thrilling mysteries and captivating stories that keep you on the edge of your seat. Today, we dive deep into a chilling tale of secrets, betrayal, and a past that refuses to stay buried. In a quiet, unsuspecting town, an unsolved murder shakes the community to its core, unraveling a web of lies that leads to a shocking truth. Get ready for a story that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. The Whispering Woods. In the small, secluded town of Pinebrook, surrounded by dense forests and misty hills, life seemed almost too quiet. The town's charm lay in its old-world feel, with cobblestone streets, vintage shops, and a close-knit community. But beneath the surface, Pinebrook held secrets, whispers carried by the wind through the ancient woods that surrounded it. Detective Mia Carter had just moved to Pinebrook from the bustling city, seeking a slower pace of life. Little did she know, her skills would soon be put to the test in ways she had never imagined. As she unpacked boxes in her quaint new home, the silence was shattered by the sound of her phone ringing. "Detective Carter? It's Sheriff Daniels. We have a situation at the old Thornton house. You'd better get here quick." Mia's heart skipped a beat. The Thornton house was a crumbling mansion on the edge of town, long abandoned and steeped in eerie local legends. Throwing on her jacket, she headed out into the cold, her mind racing with possibilities. As Mia approached the Thornton house, she felt a chill that had nothing to do with the autumn air. The house loomed like a forgotten relic, its once grand facade now cracked and covered in ivy. She could almost hear the whispers of those who had lived and died there. Sheriff Daniels met her at the gate, his face grim. "It's bad, Mia. Real bad." Mia followed him inside, the floorboards creaking underfoot as they made their way to the grand hall. There, in the middle of the room, lay a body. A woman, her face twisted in terror, her body unnaturally contorted. Blood pooled around her, soaking into the faded carpet. But what caught Mia's attention was the symbol drawn on the wall in the victim's blood, a crescent moon surrounded by intricate patterns. It looked ancient, almost ritualistic. Mia knew this was no ordinary murder. Someone had a message, and they were using this gruesome act to send it. The silent witness. Back at the Pinebrook police station, Mia pored over the case file. The victim was identified as Evelyn Harper, a local historian known for her research into the town's mysterious past. Evelyn had been investigating the old Thornton house for weeks, digging into its dark history, but it seemed her curiosity had cost her life. Mia interviewed Evelyn's colleagues, but they knew little about her recent findings. However, one name kept coming up: Oliver Thornton, the last heir of the Thornton family, who had disappeared years ago under suspicious circumstances. Some said he was dead, others believed he had gone mad and vanished into the woods. Mia felt a connection between Oliver's disappearance and Evelyn's murder. Could Evelyn have uncovered something that was meant to stay buried? Her next step was to visit the local library, where Evelyn had spent most of her time. The librarian, Mrs. Wren, a frail woman with sharp eyes, seemed hesitant to talk, but eventually, she led Mia to a secluded section of the library. There, among dusty tomes, Mia found Evelyn's notes, pages filled with cryptic symbols, references to ancient rituals, and legends of a secret society that once thrived in Pinebrook. One note caught Mia's eye: "The truth lies in the Whispering Woods." What was Evelyn planning to uncover in those woods? And who was willing to kill to keep it hidden? The darkness within. As Mia delved deeper, she uncovered disturbing stories about the Whispering Woods. Locals avoided the area, believing it to be cursed. They spoke of strange lights, ghostly figures, and a sense of being watched. Mia was skeptical, but the more she learned, the more she felt that the woods held the key to solving the case. One evening, Mia decided to visit the woods herself. Armed with a flashlight and a growing sense of unease, she ventured into the dense forest. The trees seemed to close in around her, the air thick with tension. Every rustle of leaves made her heart race. Deep in the woods, Mia found an old, overgrown path that led to a clearing. In the center stood a stone altar, weathered by time, with the same crescent moon symbol carved into it. She realized she was standing in the middle of an ancient ritual site. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Oliver Thornton. He looked gaunt, almost spectral, but his eyes were sharp, filled with a mix of fear and anger. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his voice a raspy whisper. "They'll find you." Mia demanded answers, but Oliver was evasive. He spoke of a secret society that had once ruled Pinebrook, practicing dark rituals in these woods. They had killed to protect their secrets, and Evelyn had come too close to uncovering the truth. But before Oliver could say more, he fled into the darkness, leaving Mia with more questions than answers. The hidden circle. Mia knew she was getting close to something dangerous. She began digging into the town's history, focusing on the elites who had lived in Pinebrook during its early days. Her research led her to an old mansion on the outskirts of town, owned by the Radcliffe family, one of the oldest and most powerful families in Pinebrook. At first, the Radcliffes were reluctant to speak, but when Mia mentioned the crescent moon symbol, their demeanor changed. They warned her to leave the past alone, to stop prying into things she couldn't understand. But Mia was determined. She pressed on, uncovering evidence that linked the Radcliffes and other prominent families to the secret society Oliver had spoken of. The society had been obsessed with immortality, conducting gruesome rituals in the Whispering Woods, sacrificing those who crossed them. They believed the woods held a gateway to another realm, and the crescent moon was the key to unlocking its power. Evelyn had found the proof she needed to expose them, but they had silenced her before she could reveal it. Now, Mia was in their sights. The final revelation. Determined to bring the truth to light, Mia returned to the Whispering Woods. This time, she wasn't alone. She had brought reinforcements. As they searched the clearing, they uncovered a hidden entrance beneath the stone altar. It led to an underground chamber filled with ancient relics and documents detailing the society's rituals. Among the relics was a journal, Oliver Thornton's. In it, he confessed to being part of the society, but he had turned against them when he realized the true cost of their pursuit of power. He had faked his death and gone into hiding, hoping to stop them. Evelyn's research had drawn her too close to the truth, and the society had made her their next target. But the journal also revealed something more sinister. The society wasn't just a relic of the past. It had survived, hidden in the shadows, with members in powerful positions throughout Pinebrook. They had been watching Mia's every move, and now they were closing in. Just as Mia and her team prepared to leave the chamber, they were ambushed. A group of masked figures emerged from the darkness, their leader stepping forward, a man Mia recognized from the Radcliffe family. "You should have listened, detective," he sneered. "Some secrets are meant to stay buried." But Mia was ready. A fierce battle ensued, and with the help of her team, she managed to overpower the attackers. The truth was finally out, the secret society had been exposed, and justice would be served for Evelyn and all those who had suffered. As the dust settled, Mia stood in the clearing, the Whispering Woods silent once more. The town of Pinebrook would never be the same, but the shadows that had haunted it for so long had finally been lifted. Mia knew there were still mysteries left to uncover, but for now, she had brought peace to a place that had known only darkness. Thanks for joining us on this suspenseful journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more gripping tales that will keep you guessing until the very end. Let us know in the comments what you think about the twists and turns in today's mystery, and stay tuned for our next thrilling episode. Until then, keep your eyes peeled, because in the world of mysteries, nothing is ever as it seems.